So I was admiring my Zelda Twilight Princess shrine, which admittedly needs a little bit of work. But then I looked at my Pokemon shrine and I was thinking, geez, that's super lacking. So what could I do to improve my setup? And then it hit me. Shadow boxes. But what could I use a shadow box for? So I immediately opened up my favorite app, Freeform, and began sketching ideas of how I could best utilize a shadow box. What to do. And the main idea I had was to display each game that I played with the original teams that I built in the game in Pokemon card form. Then the next step is figuring out my favorite Pokemon cards for each of those Pokemon team members. This is getting kind of exciting. So after researching a ton of combinations, products, and options across Amazon, IKEA, and all sorts of other websites, I finally found what I hope to be the perfect shadow box. But before we get into that, here's a cute corgi butt. Such a splooty patootie. Well, now it's time to get the games off the shelf. I'm only doing 2 shadow boxes for now, just to start. The game that started it all, Pokemon Sapphire. Man, that box is pretty. So we'll put that box in the middle and we'll drop my favorite cards for my favorite team. And of course, this lineup, we got Mudkip, Gardevoir, Aggron, Manectric, Flygon, and Tropius. Tropius? I've heard it both ways. But let's do the other team and, oh no. It looks like the Nintendo Switch game cases is just 1/4 of an inch too tall. So, geez, what am I gonna do about that? But you know, before I worry about that, let's go back to Sapphire version. Here's how that's looking so far. I swapped out Manectric for Mega Manectric, and I tried to use push pins, but they didn't work. So I'm using this alien tape to secure them instead. However, I did decide to use the push pins to make a little shelf for Sapphire version, because I don't want tape touching that. I don't want to poke holes in it. I want to keep it nice and pretty. Now I just got to screw in the screws, and I mount it, and boom, there it is, the first complete shadow box. So my little Pokemon shrine is coming along brilliantly. But now let's go look at some options for the taller Switch case. So what could I possibly do to fix this problem? Like, I thought maybe I could just let it hover, or I could angle it, that would work. Or maybe I could just chisel out a little notch at the top, because that would also work, I think. Ultimately, I found this 2x6 card holder that I didn't find originally before, so thanks to Jason for helping me find this. And so I bought 2 of them and gave them a shot. Of course, let's see if it fits, and look at that. It's perfect with just a smidgen of space to spare. So now we get to unscrew all the bits and transfer the cards over, and look at that. It's looking amazing. Now we get to hang it up on the wall. This was a little annoying because I don't have any studs there, so I had to install some wall anchors. But that's not too hard after finding the right drill bit that the wall anchors will fit in. The screws went in perfectly, and look at that, perfect hanging shadow boxes with my favorite teams for each game. A perfect complement to my Pokemon shrine. Well, I'm Yoshi on the Go. Thanks so much for joining me on this adventure. It's been fun. And perhaps more shadow boxes in the future.